Cool.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Project Sullivan. My name's Gilbert, and this is Gogo. Oh, introduce yourself, Gogo.
I am so used to a cause intro.
Oh, well, you know, we can go with something more like a cause.
No, you're good, you're good. And I'm Gogo.
We started this YouTube series because, for one, my boy's been really into editing video, and it really seemed like a good idea to document him learning how to be become more of a grown-up, be more self-sufficient, get more prepared for the world, and being able to work on different projects, a little bit more hands-on. And this seemed like a really good way to do it, plus you can always reflect back on it. I really hope we get other people to watch. Maybe it might help somebody else out too. Now that Gogo is, 16, it's coming about that time where he needs to
15.
worry about that stuff. Almost 16.
90 days.
Alright, so we decided to start with this go-kart. For one, it was JT's birthday coming up, my little nephew. And JT's one of the greatest little kids. And a little over a year ago, his little bit older sister passed away because of an accident. And I really wanted to do something to help, to help out with my nephew. I know it's a hard time for him. It's definitely a hard time for my brother Scotch. His real name's Scott, by the way. I need to clarify that. I feel like I gotta clarify it every time.
He is not branded after Scotch tape.
The original price of this go-kart, brand new, which you can still buy it brand new, we'll put the post up to show you what it is on the internet. It's a $600 Razor go-kart.
Whoever would pay that for this go-kart's crazy.
Well, it's like 500 and something. It's about $600, especially if we count shipping. The original go-kart was a lot different than the one we did. When Gogo was little, this used to be his go-kart. And when he was little, we did a lot of modifying to it. He was about 4 or 5 years old. We ditched the little 4-inch tires that come on it. We put some 8-inch dolly tires on it. They're actually 8.5 inch if you're really that technical. And we put such big batteries in the back of this thing that it would almost tip over. Every time you turn the corner, it would lean over because there's not a lot of suspension on this go-kart.
There is none.
And Gogo's always been a fan of racing ever since he was little, so we decided to put a top bar on it. So I put a top bar on it with these giant lawn and garden batteries that were way too big for this thing. It's got the lifted up tires, and then Uncle Scotty actually donated a seatbelt from his race car because he was getting a new race car. Gogo was a lot smaller back then, so a 3-inch wide race car seatbelt, being old for a race car for Uncle Scotty is one thing. Being good enough for a little guy, his 60 pounds, maybe even 40 pounds, was going to be fine. So that's the seatbelt we had on it, but that's since long and eroded away.
You guys are supposed to do an introduction.
I didn't even know you were recording. I thought you were just getting ready to. Alright, looks like we got ourselves a project today. We got Gogo's old car over here. Let's take a look at it now that we found the perfectly sized trailer to fit such a haul.
God, that trailer looks like it's made for it.
Gogo used to drive this thing back in the day.
Like
Won his
10 years
first race
ago.
in it. So we're gonna fix it up for our nephew JT. My nephew JT, because his birthday's next week. You're in the way.
Actually, it's this weekend.
Yeah, next weekend. Wait, yeah. See how that goes. Alright, well, let's get this out of Mother Nature's way, because we decided to film today. But Mother Nature said no, and we said no, we planned today. So let's go get this loaded onto the cart so we're ready to go. I guess the first step is we need to strip this thing all the way down. We'll start with the tires. Maybe we get it to stay on this table a little better. I mean, our specially designed go-kart stand. Brilliant.
Is the back supposed to do that?
What's that? It's tilted a little. No, see, it's actually got a suspension right here that when I put the other batteries in, we're so tall, I had to max out the suspension so much to fit the big batteries in when he was driving that it's kind of janky.
Do you have a battery for this?
We have one, possibly.
We
It's
need
pretty
two.
tall. It's a 24-volt system, so we'll need to get a second battery.
You have to be 10% smarter than the equipment you're attempting to operate.
Well, I'm not, okay? I was trying to screw in something on my steering wheel.
You're
Well,
trying
now
to
it's-
screw something in on a plastic steering wheel and you broke a steel tip.
Yeah.
Well, the screw was steel.
Oh.
You gotta pull that pin out. Then you gotta pull this pin out.
Oh my god, really?
And then you got to wait 5 seconds, then throw it.
And then do the hokey pokey.
And make sure you throw the ratchet, not the pin.
What do you want to do? Oh yeah,
Put the side facing the camera.
right. Oh, now we're starting to figure this out.
What side do you want me to start on?
I mean, I was even considerate enough to get you a director's chair, David.
I got my director's chair.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back.
After all I did, I'm fixing to throw this goddamn chair at you. I turned it around so these tires would be in the camera.
Fine.
Don't block the tire either. Hold on.
You know what we could do is,
Oh, that's some shot.
Oh yeah.
that's the janky stand.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
It's like that's one to record right there. You're like, well, I gotta show up our camera stand. It's a selfie stick bolted to a camera stand.
Show them the tire.
The destroyed tire.
Look, you're a musician. Go, vanish.
And
Should we wait? See how long it takes them to figure this out?
what? It's just gonna fall.
So, originally this thing comes with 4-inch tires. Since we upgraded to these giant 8-inch tires
God,
back
they're
in the
huge.
day, hey, that's twice the size. We had to do some modifying to the rims. Now, if you'll notice on the back side of the rim here, I'll have to show you with the camera later. It's welded. The hub is welded on.
Why?
So you actually have to take off the 4 separate lug nuts
Oh
to
my
get
God.
that off actually. Otherwise you wouldn't have drive tires. But they're just tires off of a dolly. They're just dolly tires.
I do like Darlene. Darlene, darling, darling, darling.
And now we're demonetized.
It's not for singing Dolly Parton, no, it's because of my singing.
Can you get this one out?
Little pro tip. If you bring the tire that you already have off to find your bolt, or your socket, you don't have to keep walking back and forth.
Be sure to edit your dad's ass crack out of the video.
I thought that was advertising.
You gotta have a tramp stamp for that.
Oh, we could fix that right up.
I wanted what our channel's name was, not Eat at Joe's. Keep it in there, but put place your advertisement here sign on his back.
Your ad here.
If we got monetized by Blue Oyster Cult, that would make my day.
Well, that depends on which song they're singing.
I'm talking about the Police Academy.
I'm talking about the band. Take that our specially designed contraption off. By the way, show that off. Got the selfie stick mounted to the camera tripod.
No, back. There. Ow, you still hurt people. Works for him. I don't understand. I use that one.
Maybe lack of trying.
That's what I think it is.
Lack of trying.
Yeah,
Really.
you need to put a little more try behind it. There's a little Allen wrench behind this plate that we got to take off to get this guard off. And you have to go through this little hole. So I had to construct, oh, that's not gonna work. Trying to construct a tool to take that out, because I don't have it. I've already discovered that our hub mounting here isn't supposed to do that. That's supposed to be solid. We'll probably have to weld that up a bit. clip. Pull the E-clip off.
Is that the last thing we have to do to the frame?
To this frame.
We're not gonna work on that green one today, are we?
See if we can get that. Well, this portion of the frame. Take my washer so it don't get lost. Pull like this, you know what? See if I can push that bushing out. Throw that bushing back on there. Throw that washer on there. Snap that E-clip back on. That's just so we don't lose any force. We know where it goes. And put it in our box of assorted go-karts. Frame is clean. Be nice to get these bushings off. We might work on that tomorrow, but I'm not worried about it today.
Kaputt!
Something broke. Alright, now that you've seen us tear down our entire racer go-kart, stay tuned for next week when we're going to bring out our next episode where we get it prepared for paint. That's an interesting one.
So sandblaster with boom.
Wow, this episode went by really quick. I feel like we just recorded the intro.
Yeah?
Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, really put it down in there because we will read them. We'll try to answer them back. Try to figure out what's going on. See you next week.
Stay tuned.